Hello everyone, it's me, John Lorden, here with another episode of Brain Scratch, Case Cracked, and it feels like it's been a while since I've said that. For today, Tuesday, June 27th, 2017, thank you so much for joining me. The case we're looking into today is hot off the presses, big developments that happened just this past weekend, and I'm really happy to be sharing this story with you here today. So with that being said, let's jump right in. A teenager in love can be a difficult thing for parents to manage. In today's age of internet anonymity, it can even be dangerous. This is the story of Haley Burns from Ballantyne, North Carolina. At 16 years old, Haley was 5'4" with brown hair and hazel eyes. Haley had also been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, a developmental condition that can include significant difficulties in social interaction, nonverbal communication, and restricted and repetitive patterns of behavior and interests. She had been bullied in school and didn't make friends easily, but her parents were noticing new and strange behavior from her. She was wearing her hair in pigtails and started using a pacifier. On May 23, 2016, Haley was wearing blue jeans, a black long-sleeved t-shirt with Marilyn Monroe on it, and Converse sneakers. And she disappeared from her home in the middle of the night. Her parents, Anthony and Shauna Burns, woke up to find no one in her bedroom and the front door of the house unlocked. It was the worst feeling you could ever imagine. You feel completely out of control. You don't know what to do. You just panic, her father told reporters. Haley took very few items from her room and didn't take any of her medications. She disappeared from her neighborhood with no means of travel and little more than a blue book bag with flowers on it. Did someone help her run away? Was she abducted, or was something else going on here? One of Haley's classmates told her parents that Haley had been communicating with a man nearly twice her age for over 6 months and calling him Daddy. Haley's parents had previously found troubling communications from her in internet chat rooms and tried to restrict her computer usage. She didn't have a cell phone, but it appears that she may have been using school computers and borrowing phones from her classmates. Haley also left behind a diary in her room, and in it, her parents found confirmation of their worst fears. She was planning to run away with an older man that she had met online. They also found a list of instructions from this man for Haley to follow. The list was titled Daddy's Rules and included wearing her hair in pigtails and using a pacifier. Haley's father commented, "He gradually wormed his way into her good graces. He coerced her into listening to him and not following our directions, and the next thing I know, my daughter wasn't communicating with me." Despite thousands of communications between Haley and Daddy being found, they were unable to trace it back to who this person was and recover Haley. Luckily, this case wouldn't go cold for very long. On May 5th of 2017, Haley turned 17, and her mother made a public plea to her daughter for her to come home. The FBI issued a $15,000 reward for info and said they would be putting up billboards to try to find her. Authorities heard she may be living around Atlanta, Georgia from a tipster, but how could they find the specific address? According to one news source, Haley was communicating with a woman from Romania and told her that she was a missing person. The woman looked into the case and contacted Haley's parents. The parents say the tipster contacted Haley to find out where she was. Haley didn't know, but she took a photo from the house window and sent that. That night, Friday, June 23rd, 2017, literally just this past weekend, FBI agents and Gwinnett County Police zeroed in on an address in Duluth, Georgia, and found the now 17-year-old Haley living with 31-year-old Michael Ren Wissolowski. Michael has been arrested and is facing multiple charges, including aggravated sodomy, cruelty to children and deprivation, interference with custody, and false imprisonment. His court dates are scheduled for this week. According to property records, Michael had just purchased the Duluth, Georgia home in April of this year. The opinion seems to be split on if Haley was still a willing participant in her disappearance. Some sources are reporting that she might have been held captive in the home, while some others are citing a neighbor who said that they saw Haley unloading groceries and she didn't seem distressed. In any case, Haley's family is very happy to have her back, but they are asking for privacy from the public and media while they focus on Haley and her needs. Her father, Anthony Burns, commented on social media stating, "Today, we found my starlight, and after a brief hospital stay, she will return to her home. It is a blessing from God. Please pray for our family as we work to help Haley feel how much she has been missed. Thank you to all who have stood with us through this difficult time." Anthony is hoping to publish a book of poetry he had written while she was missing, titled 5/23/16, the date that Haley went missing. And he wants to donate all the proceeds to organizations that help families with missing children. The foreword from his book speaks specifically about Haley's condition and how it clouds her judgment, and it also states, "I love you, my perfect daughter," and is signed, "Your real daddy." Case cracked. And I'm happy that there is a good positive outcome in this one, but I have to say, when I was reviewing this and putting this all together, another case weighed on me very heavily, and that's the case of Rosemarie Timperley. If you watch the channel, you know that that case has moved me to do a whole series of videos where I'm trying to help people avoid situations like this. It seems like there is a trend of predators out there, people looking for situations with developmentally disabled people and trying to take advantage of those situations. And if anything, I hope and pray that Rosemarie might be found in some way. I know it's not the best situation, but I hope she will be found in some type of situation like Haley was, because if nothing else, at least she would have an opportunity to move forward from that and continue her life with a family that loves her so much. So while we do have a case cracked, and I'm happy to see that this case is cracked, it is kind of raising my concerns about what I'm seeing as a little bit of a trend in the cases that I'm reviewing here. And it's a trend that I hope some people figure out some better tools to try to attack and shut it down. I mean, this is a somewhat typical grooming situation here. You have the guy literally sending a list of daddy's rules, and that needs to be stopped. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Case Cracked. You know that I appreciate each and every one of you out there. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Keep your family and yourselves safe, and I will see you right back here on the Lord and Arts channel.